let's head out west to Stillwater, Oklahoma, where the Arizona State Sun Devils come into town, take on the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Saturday night kickoff on FS1. I almost said ESPN. FS1 at 7 o'clock p.m. early game. Arizona State, shockingly, but not shockingly, favored by 3 in this one at Boone Pickens Stadium. Love that stadium. One of my bucket list stadiums to get to. I'm sure it's on y'all's list as well. Brad, I'll turn over to you. Heading into this season, we thought Oklahoma State was going to be one of the favorites in the Big 12, and Arizona State was predicted to finish one of the lowest teams. And here we stand. Both teams are average, but Arizona State actually has the edge. Thoughts on this game and who comes out on top in Stillwater, Oklahoma?
Nate, man, you said it. You said it perfectly. And previewing this game, you hit the nail on the head. Oklahoma State came in one of probably the 3 or 4 favorites in the Big 12. Arizona State was picked to finish, the bottom 3 or 4, and Kenny Dillingham has done an unbelievable job at his alma mater. And I think I won't say there's the hot seat for Mike Gundy, but I think there's a lot of people that are wondering, why his Cowboys are 3-5. And as we were talking out there, man, Rich, you made a great point. We were talking about Ollie Gordon and is not having the season that he had last year. And man, you made a great point saying that, and I totally agree with you. Teams are loading up the box because there's no passing game threat. So this game is so interesting in the fact that we're going to see, and you don't think about this much with the Big 12. I mean, it's going to be the showdown of the running backs, Ollie Gordon versus Cam Scatterbo. And this is going to be a really, really fascinating game. I'm going to go with a little bit of an upset here just because it's Saturday night in Stillwater. Mike Gundy and Oklahoma State desperately need a win, and I don't quite trust Arizona State yet on the road. I'm going to take the Cowboys here in an upset, guys.
Wow, Brad, going with the upset at home. Shockingly, maybe not shockingly, as I mentioned, because I was surprised to see Arizona State favored in this one. I really was. I knew it would be a close spread. I didn't think Arizona State would be favored on the road, especially being a night game in Stillwater, to your point, Brad. Rooster, I'll turn it over to you. Are you going with the upset too? Or are you taking the favorite in this one in Stillwater?
Well, I'm trying to be different, but we just keep on agreeing on all these picks. I mean, Arizona State, while they've been able to win games, I mean, nothing has really impressed me about the teams they've beaten. And Oklahoma State, it's hard to ignore the fact that they have arguably a top 3 running back in college football. That's not something you can just throw out the window. And it seemed like Oklahoma State last week, or when they played BYU, it seemed like when they had Rangel in at quarterback, they were able to move the ball. They were able to run the RPO. Their quarterback was able to move and get out of the pocket. And then as soon as he injured his shoulder and pulled out of the game, it seemed like the offense took kind of a little bit of a setback. But Arizona State, really, they really only truly have a strong run game. And if Oklahoma State's able to cut down on the run game, able to stop Scatterbo back there, I have strong faith that Oklahoma State's going to be able to pull it out. And in a game that's, I would say, is virtually pretty even, you're always going to side with the team with the home team. In college football, the home field advantage matters so much more than in any other level of football you will get anywhere for any level. So I'm going to go with Oklahoma State in this one. The home factor, having the best player on the field, is something that you can just not overlook in this game.
Well, for the record, you guys, I just want to make sure we get this correct. It's Scatterbo. I've been told by our sources. It's Scatterbo, not Scatterbo. Scatterbo, one of my favorite players in all college football. I should probably get a jersey. It would really help his NIL deal out. He's just a solid back. And then you look at the other side with Ollie Gordon. This is going to be a game in the trenches. Who can win up front? Because statistically speaking, neither of these teams has a passing game. And I don't know, to your point, Rooster, I don't know if Jeff Sims is still playing for Arizona State. Brad, I don't know if you know either. If one of y'all can give me some signal. If not, that's okay because it won't matter. But to my knowledge, Jeff Sims will be starting this game for Arizona State. Former quarterback at Nebraska, former quarterback at Georgia Tech. He's had a long list of playing time.
There's a reason he's been at 3 schools.
Well, heck, to each their own. But Joe Burrow switched schools, did just fine. But nonetheless, this guy's not Joe Burrow. Yeah, this is a tough one for me. Home field advantage. I kind of want to be the scapegoat / Kirk Herbstreit of the crew here and take Arizona State, but I got to go with my gut. My gut says Oklahoma State as well. I think Boone Pickens Stadium is going to be rocking Saturday night. They're going to have the sticks hitting against the wall. It's still a great tradition in college football. Pistol Pete will be shooting his handguns left and right. One of my favorite segments of College Game Day as well, seeing Lee Corso shoot the pistols in the air and everyone on game day jumping back. Just a great atmosphere. I really hope to see Oklahoma State get back in the swing of things in the Big 12 because Mike Gundy has a really, really good shot over the next couple of years to win big games and big moments and get his team to the playoff. And to y'all's point, I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't think even if he wins 3 or 4 games this year, I really don't think we see him get fired. He's a lifelong at Oklahoma State, and I think he'll retire before he gets fired there. So give me the Oklahoma State Cowboys. I know I kind of circled around a lot there, but I think it's going to be a close game, and I think it's going to be a field goal or less game. I think this is going to come down to a final drive / overtime game, low scoring, probably if I had to guess, probably 31-28, 31-30, something like that. I think it's going to be low scoring, but give me the Oklahoma State Cowboys and Stillwater come Saturday night. Let us know down in the comments who you think is going to come out in this Big 12 shootout, defensive shootout, whatever you want to call it. Let us know who comes out with the win in Stillwater, Oklahoma.